Brian, thank you so much. It's great to have everybody on this evening, wherever in the world you are dialing in from. We are excited to have you, and we're going to walk through some things very, very quickly with you to help you understand what it is we have our hands on. And by the time we get done here, our goal tonight, myself and my good friend Byron Schrog, our goal is to help you be able to make a yes or no decision by the time we get done based on what you're seeing here. Your friend has invited you to take a look at this. We're excited to have you here. And as Brian mentioned, we're going to go through this pretty quickly, but give you enough information that you can say yes or no by the time we get done. What we have is quite compelling, though. I will tell you that. And I happen to be a pastor in the Las Vegas area, but I've been an entrepreneur for about 15 years as well. And I like the idea of creating residual income. That's a big deal to me because that allows me and other people, if you have residual income, to focus on what you are passionate about in life simply because you're passionate about it, not because you need to get paid to do it. And so the challenge becomes, how do we find a vehicle that allows for that? And I've been around the industry of direct selling now for about 54 years. I've seen some people do some very big things that had some significant residual income. And I just thought, man, that's different than most everybody else that I knew. My parents going to work, my friends' parents going to work at a job. And it was just different. But I saw that they had more choices, more options. And that became something that was kind of burned into me in my worldview. And hopefully for you, as we go through this, you'll see something that allows you to maybe get some more time freedom in your life. So we won't take a ton of time diving into that piece, but we do want to cover who it is we are and what it is we have. Marketplace Global is the name of our company. And we are, you see it there, we have it all. It's a bold statement. By the time we get done, hopefully you'll understand why we believe that to be the truth. And we launched this back in 2022 with the idea of building a marketplace of products where if our company could provide products and services that brought value to human beings, people would join us to get access to those products. And then if they got enough value out of it, they would then buy them again, and hopefully share those with other people. Now, that idea has been going on for about 70 years now, but we were looking for specific products that didn't exist anywhere else. Challenge is products that don't exist anywhere else don't exist anywhere else. And so trying to find those kinds of products wasn't so simple, but we started with what we had. But last year, everything kind of shifted into a health focus because of a specific extract that dropped into our lap, which I'll come back to in just a second. But in doing that, we started looking at and looking for more products that were focused on health, very unique products that were focused in the health space. It also led us to start to look at what's going on in the world from a health standpoint. As it turns out, here in the US and other countries are not far behind. But in the US, as of today, it's about 80%. But here in 2023, 3 out of 4 adults have a chronic illness in the United States. That's 75%. More than half have multiple chronic illnesses in the United States. This is the richest country in the world, but we're also the sickest country in the world. But check it out, you guys. This leads to a $4 trillion spend. $4 trillion in what's called healthcare, which is not healthcare, it's really sick care. But the takeaway is that is a huge opportunity. $4 trillion. We enter that market with all natural products that have no side effects, that actually work. So we thought, man, this is phenomenal because that is a huge market. Turns out a lot of people are concerned about their health, and beyond that, it turns out that there's something else that people are more concerned about than their health today, and that is finances, gang. 80%, latest studies, 80% of Americans have some sort of financial worry, and 42% worry daily. And in this one, it's 50%. Daily worry, it's on their mind. I remember we had built a good residual income finally after decades of trying, got that done, and then lost it because we had built in a travel space. And when that went away, man, for 4 years, every thought I had was, I got to make money. I got to make money. I got to figure out how to make money so I don't lose my house. I was mentally captive to the thought of I've got to make money. I hated it. And that's why I really appreciate residual income because we can get out of that if we choose to. So right now, today, guys, two of the biggest things going on globally, even more specifically in the US, financial worry and health issues. We have a solution for both. There is a movement to take back our health and our wealth. And that is what we are all about here at Marketplace Global. So here's the question. How are you positioned? Are you just going to be a victim of the financial worry and the health issues that are going on? Or are you going to be a victor? Are you going to take advantage of the opportunity we have in a $4 trillion space in which you can go create some residual income, whether it's hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of dollars per month? That is the question before you today. So, what if there was a company that literally addressed both of these challenges with one solution? What if we had innovative natural products? Again, no known side effects, but actually work. And what if we had the data to back it all up? And do you know somebody, maybe yourself, somebody who would be open to getting some health benefit or wealth benefit to create some more income? But we have one thing, we get to talk to people about their health, and by default, we get to help people with their wealth. Well, that is exactly what MPG is all about. We launched in August of 2022, and the products we had at the time were completely different than what we're talking about tonight, but we started with what we had. Like I said, we wanted to have this marketplace of products that brought valuable products to people that they got value out of. And when we started, we had some products, and we had, a lot of people join because of what we had at the time. But here was the unique part of our company. We do our own manufacturing. You see, our founder is a contract packager and manufacturer. That means we control what we produce. This is very unique in this industry, but we had that going into this. So through 2022, 2023, we were really in formulation. What does that mean? We were trying to determine our formula for who we were going to be as a company. We're looking for unique products all over the globe, hoping, praying that they would show up. And sure enough, they did, because in 2024, everything changed. Literally April 20th of 2024, a phone call occurred. And in that phone call, our lives completely changed. It had to do with something called a matured hop bitter acid. It comes from the hop flower, same hops that's used to make beer, those same hops. But this is not hops, okay? You can jump on Amazon right now and go find hops. This is not that, okay? Matured hop bitter acid, very, very specific. This goes back to, it was first extracted, this isolate was extracted back in 1953 for the very first time. A handful of other companies were successful at doing it over the next 70 years. Problem was, it was way too expensive to bring to the market, like way too, $1 million to produce a gallon. No one's buying that. But with the material that was produced, human trials were done, and they showed a propensity to burn visceral fat. If people would ingest this matured hop bitter acid, it went after visceral fat. This was huge news, you guys, because we have visceral fat. It collects around our organs. It's a very dangerous type of, it's an active fat, literally. And you can go check it out for yourself. Go Google, feel free, go knock yourself out on all this stuff. We've also learned over the last 17 months, because of trials that have been done, that it activates the vagus nerve into rest and digest. This is huge news. Most people don't even know about the vagus nerve. And if you don't know about the vagus nerve, you're going to hear about it in just a second. There's a lot of people talking about it these days. But what is Fix? Fix is an activator, you guys. We take a little bit of it, just like you see in that video right there. We squirt it into any beverage, hot or cold, alcoholic, non-alcoholic, doesn't really matter, and just enjoy. And as those bitter acids, remember, matured hop bitter acid, as those bitter acids enter the body, you have something in your tongue, esophagus, and small intestine called bitter receptors. And those bitter receptors respond to a bitter substance entering the body. God Almighty put them there to protect our lives. Why? Because most poisons are bitter. So when a bitter acid enters, your bitter receptors go to work. They send a signal to something called the brown adipose tissue, which then sends a signal to the brain through the vagus nerve. That's why it says here, it activates the vagus nerve. And in doing that, my friends, amazing things happen in the human body. Again, please don't believe me. After we're done here, go look for yourself. The vagus nerve is responsible for 1,100 different processes in the human body, 600 connection points just in the gut, just in the digestive system. All autoimmune issues, gut related. Metabolic syndrome, gut related. The brain gut connection, vagus nerve. That's what it is. And so if we can move the vagus nerve into what's called the parasympathetic state or rest and digest, holy moly, all those processes that are controlled by the vagus nerve start to work in what's called homeostasis, the way God intended your body to operate. And all of a sudden, the body starts moving into health, optimal health. And now look, everybody's different because every body is different. What you've done to your body over the course of your life is different than me. But we have all kinds of different potential responses. Some people will experience better sleep, reduced brain fog, reduced appetite, more energy, bowel movement regulation, hormone regulation, hot flash reduction, and a myriad of other what we would call side effects. They're all benefits. And every one of these guys is vagus nerve related. So we have this all natural extract. It is one extract and purified water. That's what's in there. And we have no known adverse side effects. This goes after and helps the body activate the vagus nerve into rest and digest, which then starts the body's God-given response system to moving your body back to health. So that is one piece of the puzzle. Remember, we are a marketplace of products. We get to lead with one product, but we have a whole slew of amazing products in our marketplace. We've been talking about Fix, but we have what's called Slim Core Java. This will crush cravings. We've had hundreds of people lose thousands of pounds drinking this coffee. It is good tasting, dark Italian roast coffee. And we have capsules as well, and you can just enjoy it. And we've had a lot of people lose weight drinking that. Emulin 5. This would literally be an essential vitamin had it been created before 1994. Literally an essential vitamin. The team that did the work on the flavonoids in Emulin 5 was nominated for a Nobel Prize for the research in 2015. And you see there, it's a sugar chaperone. It will literally take 33% of the simple carbohydrates and sugars that we take in, and it takes them right out of the body so they don't convert to sugar and don't get stored as fat. These Proactive Greens, holy cow. 40 whole foods. Go compare it to any other greens in the world. I dare you. And then try these because they taste like dessert. I don't know how the guys did that, but they figured it out. It doesn't taste like a lawnmower, let me just tell you, but it's got everything in there that all the other greens have. Enzyfulvic. This will literally detox all the heavy metals out of the body and kill the parasites that are inside. And we all got parasites, by the way. Fit will increase your metabolic rate by 30%, burning some of that subcutaneous fat. That's the jiggly stuff. And literally you're burning more calories while at rest. And then core immunity. I was on a Zoom with a handful of doctors, functional medical doctors, and a naturopath, and they were buzzing about what is in core immunity. They were so excited about it. I'm just a lame guy going, okay, it must be good if they're excited. Point is, gang, we have a whole marketplace of amazing products, and we are just getting started. We have more coming. So simply put, guys, what you're seeing here is a company, a marketplace that we have continued to add in and more coming. And the goal of that is to bring value to human beings so that when they buy the products, they feel them work in their own body and hopefully then go tell the story to other people. So by focusing on people's health, we can then help them create wealth.